Every year when we bring our large containers out in front of Anderson Seed and Garden, they've sat all winter long, and we pulled all those plants out last fall, composted those, recycled those, but we leave the soil in there because the planters are so big. I mean, they're 2 feet by 2 feet, and it takes a lot of soil to fill these up, and so we leave the soil in there, and throughout the winter time that soil kind of decomposes and breaks down and it desiccates, and it's really hard to get that soil to rehydrate up and to refresh that soil because it's been used all year long last year, and it sits around all winter, and it just doesn't perform the way that it did the first year when you pull that soil out. So each year it kind of, as it decomposes, it kind of shrinks a little bit, and so there's a lot of extra space. There's probably an extra 4 or 5 inches of soil that's settled down in there. So we definitely want to add some new soil to our planters, but there's some things we can do to rejuvenate that soil and get it working again, so we don't have to pull it out and put brand new soil back in every year. So of course our Fertilome Ultimate Potting Mix is one of the best potting soils around. It's peat moss, vermiculite, perlite, and humate, and it doesn't have any bark, no added junk in there. This is like a premium, high-quality potting soil. That's what we use in all of our planters here at the store. And to fill this back up, the potting mix will incorporate it into the existing soil, but still you've got that old soil from last year that just doesn't have any nutrient left in it. It just doesn't want to hold moisture. So let's fill this soil back up. I'm going to cut that bottom off just so we can pour this in. This is going to take about this whole bag to fill this planter back up. So we've got about 50 quarts of soil to fill it back up after last year. And we'll break that soil up a little bit, loosen it, spread it out. So now we're going to be ready to plant as soon as we feel like it's not going to freeze anymore. We can get out here and we can get this planted. But what I want to do is I want to incorporate this new soil down into the existing soil, and to really rejuvenate and get that soil looking good again, there's a new product out. It's called Remix, and this Remix is made to rejuvenate your existing old soil, whether you put some new soil in with it or not. It has all the beneficial microbes and microorganisms, a lot of natural fertilizer, and a lot of good organic matter to put back into your soil to free up that nutrient, make it available to your plants, to help that old soil hold and retain the moisture that your plants are going to need throughout the summertime, because it's going to get really hot. So with the Remix, all we got to do is just cut it open. It's just a rich black soil. If you can see, look at that. Look how nice that soil is. It's basically ultra composted compost. So they've just taken it and composted it extra long, so it's all completely broken down. So a bag this size, so this size bag of Remix is made to do about 2 cubic feet of soil, which is about what we've got here. If we go down 8 inches and incorporate this new soil into it, this whole bag is what we're going to use to fill this up, and it's going to rejuvenate this soil, improve it, put a lot of nutrient back into the soil, and fix this old soil so that it holds moisture again. So I'm going to spread that evenly over my planter. Take my trowel and just work it into that old soil. So I'm trying to dig down deep enough where I can pull that old soil up to the top and work that Remix right into it. So we're going to take the new soil, incorporate that Remix right into the new and the old soil as well too. You can see I'm starting to pull some of that older soil up from the bottom and just work that over. And when we get ready to plant, this soil is going to be so nutritious and light and fluffy and nice that everything that we plant in here is just going to grow like crazy, as if we put all brand new soil into the entire container. So with that Remix, you can take some old, tired, dry soil especially if you've been gardening in the same spot, like in your raised beds for a couple of years, and we can incorporate that new soil into it and the remix, and all of a sudden you've got beautiful, light, fluffy, nutritious soil for your plants to perform in all summer long. So if you really have some old planters and it's not time to put some new soil in yet, use the remix. You can mix that into your old existing soil and rejuvenate it, get it ready to plant again for the next season.